Previously on the Smurfs of the Law, mischievous antics and strict rules sparked tension in Smurf Village. With a new fine system in place and Brainy Smurf enforcing the law, not everyone was happy. Now, as the village gears up for the fair, will joy return, or will things get even more complicated? Let's find out in Chapter 3. The Smurf group, still enthusiastic, chat among themselves about the series of lessons they've been attending, finding the history of the Smurfs and law enforcement quite engaging and promising. Papa Smurf suggests to the police Smurfs that they should also offer services to the community, encouraging them to show empathy towards the other Smurfs. The police Smurfs agree to try showing sympathy and decide to give it a chance as they prepare to interact with their fellow Smurfs. They spot Smurfette pushing the baby Smurf in a stroller and greet them warmly, mentioning how adorable the baby is. Brainy Smurf coos at the baby Smurf, expressing how sweet and charming the little one is as he reaches out gently. Suddenly, the baby Smurf bursts into loud crying, startling the police Smurf who had just tried to comfort him. Smurfette suggests that the baby was frightened by the Brainy Smurf's large caps, and Hefty agrees with her observation. As the police Smurfs look around, another Smurf approaches them urgently, asking for their help with something important. The Smurf baker explains to the police Smurf that he has baked many cakes for the fair but worries they might be stolen while he steps away to the pantry. Brainy Smurf assures him they are at the service of the village, and the baker expresses his gratitude with a smile. Brainy Smurf instructs the Hefty to watch the cakes carefully while he takes a patrol outside, making sure the treats are well guarded. Hefty Smurf standing by the cakes comments on how guarding them feels like a particularly difficult mission. He then admits to himself that the cakes look very tempting and that he is feeling quite hungry, eyeing the sweets longingly. Despite his hunger, he firmly resolves to fulfill his duty as a Smurf of the law without giving in to temptation. The baker returns and asks if there have been any cake thieves, and Hefty Smurf confidently replies that no one has pilfered the treats while he was on watch. In the kitchen, curious, Hefty Smurf notices a broken plate in the baker's basket and asks why it is there, to which the baker simply responds with a question in return. Hefty Smurf points at the broken plate mixed with rotten vegetables in the baker's basket, questioning why it was not thrown away since it's not edible. The baker agrees with a simple comment, acknowledging the truth of the police Smurf's observation. Hefty Smurf warns the baker that Brainy Smurf would fine him 5 hazelnuts for such a waste. The baker appears surprised and asks if the police Smurf really thinks that would happen. Hefty Smurf decides to overlook the issue, saying he hasn't seen anything. The baker thanks him, calling the gesture very kind and Smurfy. Hefty Smurf admits he is feeling a little hungry and asks for some food to satisfy his appetite. The baker warmly invites him to take some cakes, assuring him that they are hearty. After tasting the cakes, Hefty Smurf thanks the baker, praising their deliciousness. The baker responds that he is the one who should be thankful and invites the police Smurf to come back anytime. Meanwhile, the baker's assistant pulls a cart full of leftovers, declaring that this is how they handling the Smurfs of the law while they only getting the leftover food for themselves. Not far, Brainy Smurf counts the hazelnuts he has collected, proudly noting that he has 48 hazelnuts and that he didn't waste any time this morning. Suddenly, the Brainy Smurf bumps onto a ladder that's sticking out from a cart, hitting his head and dropping his fine note. Brainy Smurf lies on the ground rubbing his head after the fall, looking annoyed, while another Smurf approaches him with concern, asking if he is okay and if something is wrong. Brainy scolds the other Smurf for forgetting to mark the cart with a red cloth when an object exceeds its limits. Brainy Smurf takes notes and announces that the Smurf will receive a fine of 4 hazelnuts, which will be solemnly recorded in Brainy Report, causing the Smurf to grimace in frustration while thinking Brainy is pig in uniform. After a while, a large group of Smurfs, including Papa Smurf, happily walk together through the forest. At the summer fair, a crowd of Smurfs gathers around the colorful decorations and rides, as Smurfette enthusiastically declares the fair open to applause and cheers. Several Smurfs excitedly run toward the new slides, expressing their eagerness to try them out and having fun together. Brainy Smurf blows his whistle sharply, signaling for order and attention among the lively crowd. Brainy Smurf sternly reminds everyone that discipline and law must be respected, ordering the Smurfs to line up in 3 rows. Three Smurfs sit at the top of wooden water slides, preparing to race down while one counts aloud, encouraging them to get ready and go. The Smurfs slide down rapidly, cheering loudly with excitement as they enjoy the thrill of the ride, while others watch and play nearby. Suddenly, the Smurfs lose their balance mid-slide, shouting in surprise as they fly off the slides uncontrollably. They crash onto the ground with a thud, groaning and rubbing their sore spots from the rough landing. Brainy Smurf scolds Hefty Smurf for creating such dangerous slides, calling it a foolish idea, while Hefty Smurf insists he sees nothing wrong with his invention. Due to technical problems, the slides are temporarily closed, with Hefty Smurf informing everyone while some Smurfs give unhappy comment on the new attraction and how things turned out. Vanity Smurf expresses a preference for safer games like duck fishing, and Smurfette agrees, favoring activities without danger. Smurfette inspects the duck fishing game, noticing all the fishing lines are tangled, and Vanity Smurf comments sarcastically how clever the setup. One Smurf explains the rules of a bell-ringing game, promising a lollipop prize if the bell is wrong, while another Smurf, eager and confident, prepares to try and hit the bell with a mallet. The Smurf swings the mallet back, focusing hard on delivering a strong hit to the bell, determined to win the prize. With a powerful strike, the Smurf hits the bell, causing a loud clang sound. But when look up, the Smurf looks puzzled and scratches his chin, wondering where the bell has gone. Suddenly, the bell drops from sky and hits the Smurf on the head, making him grimace in pain as the mallet lies on the grass nearby. The Smurf who owned the game cheerfully offers 2 lollipops, noting that the bell was rung twice, while the hitter Smurf rubs his head, admitting that his strength might be causing the mishap. Meanwhile, Smurfs of Law investigate a wooden slider contraption covered in soap suds, explaining why the sliding accident happened. It is all because soup has been smurfed everywhere on the bottom of slider. Hefty Smurf say and the end of slider is raised, causing Smurfs to fly. Brainy Smurf wearing a captain's hat clenches his fists and declares that Jokey Smurf has taken his pranks too far this time. Brainy Smurf storms toward 2 Smurfs standing near a stall, demanding to know where Jokey Smurf is. Not far, one of the Smurfs answering that he is right there. Jokey Smurf, rubbing his head with a mischievous grin, boasts that he will have a famous bump from the slide, calling the prank Smurfery. Brainy Smurf ponders the situation deeply, realizing that if Jokey is one of the victims and not the prankster, then someone else must be responsible. He looks thoughtfully at the other Smurfs nearby, trying to piece together the mystery. Meanwhile, 2 Smurfs discuss the fairness of the prank, one insisting it was badly planned but fair, while the other agrees enthusiastically, saying everyone has smurfed through it. Papa Smurf quietly observes the conversation, seemingly approving. Papa Smurf announces that it is time to continue the day's program, signaling a shift in focus to the next event. The Smurf beside him listens attentively, ready to follow instructions. A Smurf with a megaphone calls out that the tug-of-war test will begin soon and that they are waiting for the teams to assemble. The announcement gathers the attention of the other Smurfs, who prepare for the upcoming challenge. 2 groups of Smurfs face off confidently, trading taunts as they ready themselves for the tug-of-war. One group boasts that the others don't stand a chance, while the opposing side vows to teach them a good lesson. The Smurfs line up on either side of the rope, one Smurf holding a megaphone asking if everyone is ready. Another Smurf raises a finger and replies all right, signaling the start of the tug-of-war contest with determination in their eyes. The Smurfs pull hard on the rope as the one with the megaphone shouts "Smurf it," to encourage everyone to give their best effort in the tug-of-war. Both teams strain with determination, gripping the rope tightly as they try to outpull the other. One Smurf warns the others to keep pushing because they are running out of Smurfs to support their side, while another cautions that the rope is old and might break if they continue to pull with such force. Suddenly, the rope snaps with a loud crack, causing the Smurfs to stumble and some to fall. One of them shouts "Hey!" in surprise as the broken rope swings dangerously around them. After the fall, a Smurf asks the Smurf holding a megaphone asks what he plans to do with the broken rope, while another the cleverness of the prank. The Smurf with the megaphone appears to be considering their next move. Thanks for watching Chapter 3 of the Smurfs of the Law. If you're enjoying the series, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Chapter 4 is just around the corner. See you there.